And welcome back to Peatline Memorial Field, Game 2 of our doubleheader, post 320 baseball on SDSportsBuzz.com, live from the Dollar Giant broadcast booth. It's Nate Brown, glad to have you on board. On the mound tonight in game number 2 for post 320, this is Austin Howard, number 17, rocking and firing. First strike and then ball 1. Leading it off, as per usual for the Sturgis Titans, Tyler Koval. Koval had an RBI in game number 1 and also scored one of those big runs in the top of the 8th that ended up winning the game for the Titans. They won game number 1, if you're just joining us tonight. 10-7 in extra innings. It went to 8 innings, and now Koval leading it off, being patient here in game number 2. He moves the count to a 3-1 count. Again, on the mound is Austin Howard for post 320 as they come into game number 2, 3-4 on the season, trying to get back to 500. They've split every doubleheader they've been in, but usually they win game number 1 and then lose game number 2. Well, it was Sturgis coming back after being down 7-5 to tie it and then winning it 10-7. The 3-2 count for Tyler Koval, and he'll draw a walk on the leadoff batter. Koval leading it off with a walk. And here's the shortstop, Cody Crott. Cody Crott was 2 for 4 in game number 1. Looking to bunt. He has some wheels. Drops down a pretty good one. They can get him at first if it's a good throw, and it is. Howard gets Crott at first, but Crott moves along Tyler Koval on the sac bunt. And that'll bring in catcher Jet Chihak. He's been able to get a hold of a couple. Chihak steps in for the first time in game number 2 here in the top of the first with 1 out and Koval on second. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Howard gets that one by him. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Low. The umpires have changed from their red to their blue for game number 2. 1-1 pitch from Howard. Swing and a miss. Chihak going for the fences. Swings through it. It's a 1-2 count to the catcher of the Titans in the 3-hole tonight. Game number 2 in the top of the first just underway. Koval out at second, and there's an outside corner. Painted the corner and got a strikeout. Chihak goes down looking. First strikeout of the game for Austin Howard. And here's the cleanup hitter, Dylan Gaynor, the center fielder, number 9, with Tyler Koval still out at second and 2 outs. The first pitch, swing and a miss. The new catcher in this ball game for post 320 is Mason Code. Code behind the plate. Austin Howard out on the mound. 17 runs combined for these two teams in the first game tonight. Second pitch, a curveball, drops right in there. Oh, and 2 count on Dylan Gaynor. 2 out. Koval on second. Pitch is well outside, trying to get him to chase on the high fastball, and ball 1. Great night in Rapid City. The breeze starting to pick up a little bit. That sun has gone down. Cools off a little bit, but great night for baseball. Outside corner, strike 3, got him looking. Back-to-back batters. Austin Howard with 2 strikeouts, both of them looking and painting the outside corner. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Sturgis leaves 1 runner on. No hits, no runs. Post 320 to the plate next in the bottom of the first. No score here at Peatline Memorial Field on SDSportsBuzz.com. Welcome back to Pete Lean Memorial Field. Nate Brown with you. Glad to have you on board. SDSportsBuzz.com, our inaugural broadcast of Post 320 Baseball, live from the Dollar Giant broadcast booth. The 8th game Post 320 is participating in. They come into the second game of the doubleheader 3-4 after dropping the first game tonight 10-7 to the Sturgis Titans. Post 320 leading off the bottom of the first. This is the center fielder, number 2, Matt Wilson. Wilson had a solid game in game number 1. Went 2 for 4, and he takes the first pitch a ball. Second pitch also low. It's 2-0. On the hill in the second game for Sturgis, this is Tyler Koval. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. The 2-1 from Koval. High and inside. The count moves to 3-1. Post 320 going to try and get things started here early with Wilson, the leadoff man, working a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's outside and ball 4. Matt Wilson works a walk, and that'll bring up Danny Bryce. He went 3 for 5 in game number 1. Bryce, one of the better run producers, one of the better RBI guys for Paul Poole in Post 320 here in the early going. Has Wilson over at first after the base on balls. And Bryce, number 25, the shortstop. First pitch, outside corner, strike 1. Koval delivering a lot of fastballs here in the first few pitches. Bryce is a guy that's a good fastball hitter. Had a double and 2 singles in game number 1. Quick throw over to first. Wilson back. And Koval out of the stretch. The 0-1 delivery on the way. Curveball right across the middle of the plate. Breaks in for a strike. Bryce down 0-2. Sturgis coming into game number 2, 5-2. Their first win over a Legion baseball team was tonight over Post 320. They've beaten the high school teams, but lost every Legion team they've faced. And the off-speed pitch gets Bryce swinging. He was tricked by that one, fooled by it, and he swung through it. Strikeout for Tyler Koval sends Bryce to the dugout and brings up left fielder Matt Johnson. There's out number 1 for the Titans. Quick throw over to first. Wilson back underneath the tag. Safe. Koval already trying to keep those guys close. Sturgis had a problem with keeping runners close in game number 1. Curveball on pitch number 1. Strike. Koval working that breaking ball into his repertoire now. Matt Johnson had a triple and a double in game number 1. Here's Johnson, the left fielder, down 0-1. Fastball off the end of the bat. And we've seen that a lot from Matt Johnson tonight. Had a few off the end of the bat in the first game. Hit a couple on the screws, and that one just out in front. Hit it off the end of the bat on the outside corner. He's down 0-2. 1 out. Wilson over at first. In the bottom of the first, no score. 0-2 pitch, down low. Blocked by Chihak, but got behind him a little bit. Then he keeps Wilson at first. Ball 1. 1-2 the count on the Auto Advantage scoreboard here at Pete Lean Memorial Field. Game number 2 of our doubleheader coverage on SDSportsBuzz.com. The 1-2 pitch. Wilson on the move. Outside. Ball thrown down to second. He's in there easily. That was a breaking ball outside. Wilson got a good jump, and they weren't going to get him. Matt Wilson with a stolen base moves himself into scoring position at second. And the count goes to 2-2 for Matt Johnson, an RBI producer. The 2-2. He got hit by the pitch in the right leg. That ball goes inside, and Matt Johnson reaches as he was hit by the pitch. That will bring up cleanup hitter Trace Steckler. Trace Steckler had a double in game number 1, was 1 for 3. He sees the first pitch go high. It's 1-0. 2 runners on, 1 out for the 320 Stars, and the Home half of the first. 1-0 count. On the way, fastball. Drilled down the third baseline, just foul, outside of the third base. Steckler was right on it, but out in front, 1-1. Curveball drops in for an inside corner strike. That one got in the back door a little bit and dropped in for the inside corner. 1-2 the count against Steckler. Koval's pitch. Outside, almost got Steckler to chase. He'll pull back. It'll go to 2-2. Sturgis 5-2, won the first game 10-7. In a little bit of trouble here with two stars on base. And now the count goes to 3-2, full count to the cleanup hitter Steckler. Derek Brown waiting on base. Brown had some big-time hits in the first game. Had a couple of doubles in game number 1. Brown on deck. 3-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3, swing and a miss. It was high and tight, and Steckler couldn't catch up to it. The fastball gets by Steckler. That's out number 2. And here's Derek Brown. Outside corner strike from Tyler Koval. Koval out in front, 0-1. 2 outs, 2 on, second and first for the Stars. Breaking ball. Chopped at by Brown and fouled behind us. He was out in front again, and that was inside. Koval got Brown to chase. Brown's down 0-2. The 0-2. Chop back to Koval at the mound. He'll take his time, go over to first to Nate Brandt, and Derek Brown retired. That's the end of the first inning. The Stars leave 2 on. No hits, no runs, and no Sturgis errors. We'll go to the top of the second. It's 0-0 on the Auto Advantage scoreboard. Back with more Legion Baseball on SDSportsBuzz.com. We welcome you back to the Dollar Giant broadcast booth live from Pete Lean Memorial Field. Post 320 in Sturgis in game number 2 of the doubleheader. It's Nate Brown on SDSportsBuzz.com. 0-0 after 1, and leading off the top of the second, third baseman Danny Scott for the Sturgis Titans. Austin Howard continues to pitch strikes for the Stars. That first pitch across the outside corner, strike 1. The 0-1 to Scott. That's hit into left field down the line. Well played by Johnson, but it's going to drop in front of him. He had Danny Scott played down the line, but was playing a little bit too deep. So Scott gets a base knock into left field, drops right in front of Matt Johnson, and that'll bring up Nate Brandt. Brandt had an RBI triple and a double in game number 1. First baseman Brandt for Sturgis into the box. after a base knock by Danny Scott. A single to left. Hit right back to the pitcher. That one's caught by Howard, and then he rifled it over the head of the first baseman. That's going to allow, check that. He was thinking about going to third, but nice hustle over there by second baseman Brett Byer to get that ball that was rifled over the head of Trey Steckler, the first baseman. So Howard caught the line drive right back to him. Nate Brandt retired, but trying to double up Danny Scott at first. The ball went over Steckler's head, and Scott will reach on the air to second. Here's a shot back up the middle by Kobe Dobler. That's going to possibly score a run. It's a close play at home. It's not going to be caught by Mason Code at home, and that is going to score a Sturgis run. Danny Scott is safe at home, as that one was cut off at the pitcher's mound by Steckler, and then I think he was surprised that he still had plenty of time to throw out the Sturgis runner. He got it to Code. Code couldn't handle the throw, and he drops the ball, and it's a run for Sturgis here in the top of the second after the base hit by Dobler to center field. So Danny Scott scores, and Sturgis now brings up left fielder Tevin Huck with Kobe Dobler out at second base. First pitch of ball, it's 1-0. 1-0 Sturgis takes the first lead on the Auto Advantage scoreboard. Howard out of the stretch, pickoff play, throws it over the head of the second baseman now. But a good backup that time by Matt Wilson. Austin Howard tried a pickoff move, threw it over the head of Brett Byer. He's been pretty accurate throwing the ball in the strike zone, just not accurate throwing it to first the last time out and to second that time. No damage done as Wilson was on the backup in center field. That pitch swung through by Tevin Huck. It's 1-1. The 1-1 and 1 out, runner on second for the Titans of Sturgis. That one low. Count goes to 2-1 in the favor of the left fielder, Tevin Huck. Big lead by Dobler at second. Huck gets it to shortstop. Bryce comes up firing. He's going to get Huck at first. Dobler will advance to third. 2 outs here in the top of the second. As Tevin Huck grounds out into the fielder's choice. Bryce gets the out from short. A nice gun over to first base. And Casey Pappenfuss swinging at the first pitch and fouling it back. He's down 0-1. 2 outs, runner at third for Sturgis. They're up 1-0 in the top of the second. The 0-1 from Howard. Outside for ball one. Kobe Dobler over at third in a 1-0 Sturgis lead. Austin Howard trying to get out of this. The 1-1 delivery. Popped up down the first baseline over to the Sturgis dugout and out of the reach of catcher Mason Code, who had a good hustle to get over there. Couldn't quite catch up to it. Austin Howard gets in front of the Sturgis hitter 1-2. Looking for the final out of the second inning. Sturgis getting an RBI single from Kobe Dobler to take a 1-0 lead, and here's Pappenfuss. Curveball, strike 3, looking outside corner. Casey Pappenfuss goes down looking. There's the third strikeout for Austin Howard, and Sturgis strands 1 runner at third base, but Sturgis scores 1 run on 2 hits, and they take a 1-0 lead on the Auto Advantage scoreboard. We'll go to the bottom of the second here at Pete Lean Memorial Field. Back with more Legion Baseball on SDSportsBuzz.com. Welcome back to Post 320 Baseball exclusively on SDSportsBuzz.com, live video, and Nate Brown here with the play-by-play. Game 2 of the doubleheader, Post 320 in Sturgis in action tonight. Game 1 went to Sturgis 10-7, 17 runs combined. Now Sturgis out in front here as they took the lead early in Game 1. Sturgis leads 1-0. We're in the bottom of the second here from the Dollar Giant broadcast booth. Leading off the bottom of the second, designated hitter Tanner Fettrell, hitting in the 6th spot for Paul Poole. He swings and misses the Tyler Koval breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Fettrell had a couple of sacrifice flies and RBIs in game number 1, but he swings through that breaking ball for strike 3. Second strikeout for Tyler Koval, the Sturgis starter. And he sends Tanner Fettrell down. Swinging. And here's third baseman Hunter LaCroix, number 13. Has some power, has a good stick. He watches ball number 1 high and outside. In the bottom of the second, Sturgis 1, Post 320-0. The 1-0 to LaCroix. He rockets it to the left center gap. Are they going to catch up with it? It's dropped out there. He has plenty of room to run. It's going to go all the way to the wall. LaCroix's going to get to second. It's thrown into the cutoff man, Crott, and LaCroix's going to stop right there. So Tevin Huck, the left fielder, looked like he was going to get to it, but then it went over his head in the left center gap. A double by Hunter LaCroix will bring up the youngster Brett Beyer. Beyer starting for Paul Poole here at the Legion level, just 1 year removed from being a Little Leaguer. He was a Harney Little League World Series competitor and one of the best players in that program. Beyer, the second baseman, number 9, his first chance in the box here in the bottom of the second with LaCroix, a 1-out double. Fastball high and tight, ball 1. LaCroix got a hold of it, just as I said, has a good stick, and he rocketed it to the left center gap. Hunter LaCroix out at second. Beyer sees strike number 1 go across the outside corner. Just mixing up the fastball and the breaking ball is Tyler Koval. That's on a breaking ball, a little bit outside. Count moves to 2-1 in Brett Beyer's favor. Beyer swing, foul back to the backstop. It's even now at 2-2. 1 out, 1 on for 320. 1-0, Sturgis leads in the bottom of the second. The Koval 2-2 pitch. Low in the dirt, stopped by Chihak. It's full for Brett Beyer. On deck, the catcher Mason Code. The 3-2 on the way. Out of the stretch. Fouled back. Beyer stays alive. A good cut at that fastball. A little bit upstairs. Brett Beyer was 1 for 4 in game number 1. His first at bat in game number 2. Breaking ball down low. Ball 4. The youngster, the speedster Brett Beyer will reach base and a base on ball. Here's the catcher, Mason Code, number 14. 2 runners on, second and first, and 1 out. The first pitch of the at-bat, outside. Koval struggling a little bit, finding the strike zone here over the last 3 pitches. Fastball hit to the shortstop, double play ball, over to second, over to first. He's going to beat it out. Mason Code beat it out. Almost a 6-4-3 turn. Crott to Dobler, over to Brandt. Code beats it out. So after the fielder's choice, runners on the corners, 2 out, and this is the leadoff man, Matt Wilson. Runners on third and first. Post 320s, Wilson hits it to shortstop. Crott over there, over to second, he threw it away. Out of the reach of Dobler. That's going to score a post 320 run. That error is going to allow the Stars to tie up this ball game in the bottom of the second. So with 2 outs, Wilson got it to the sure-handed Cody Crott, the shortstop, who made some great plays in game number 1. Got over there, but the flip over the second baseman just out of his reach. That error will keep the bottom of the second alive, and it's 1-1 on the Auto Advantage scoreboard. And now here's Danny Barice, who struck out his first time looking, or I should say swinging. Looks at the first pitch, come over for a strike. Bryce having a tough time with Koval's breaking ball here in the early going. Breaking ball slammed into center field. That's a pretty deep hit, but back there is Gaynor, and he'll settle under it and make the catch. Post 320 gets 1 run on 1 hit, 1 Sturgis error, and they leave 2 runners on base. At the end of 2, it's 1-1. Sturgis and Post 320 tied up. This is Legion Baseball from the Dollar Giant broadcast booth. We'll be back with the top of the third on SDSportsBuzz.com. Welcome back to Post 320 Baseball. It's Nate Brown on SDSportsBuzz.com. Game 2 of the doubleheader, Post 320 in Sturgis. The leadoff hitter, Tyler Koval, will lead off the top of the third, tied up 1-1 on the Auto Advantage scoreboard. Koval reached on a base on balls his first time up, swings at the first pitch, fouls it into foul territory, and Hunter LaCroix didn't make that one look easy over there as he falls down but makes the catch. So Hunter LaCroix on the high pop foul down the third baseline on the run makes the catch as he falls down. Koval retired on 1 pitch. Here's Cody Crott. His first time up with a sac bunt and takes the first pitch strike. 0-1 for Crott. The delivery from Howard. Breaking ball just a little bit inside and low. Austin Howard for Post 320 with 3 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. The 1-1. Fastball swung on, fouled over to LaCroix again. That time he made the catch again. So Hunter LaCroix didn't fall down that time, kept his feet, and made the catch in about the same spot. So Cody Crott flies out in foul territory to third baseman Hunter LaCroix, and 2 up, 2 down for Austin Howard. Here's the 3-hole hitter, Jet Chihak, who struck out his first time up. First pitch, fastball high, ball 1. 2 hits for Sturgis, 1 run in the top of the third, and a 1-0 count for Chihak. Now make it 2-0. High and outside. Two outs. Howard trying to get his first 3 up, 3 down inning. Fastball is outside again. 3 straight balls makes it a 3-0 count. You'd expect Chihak to take here. The 3-0 from Howard. High and ball 4. Second walk issued by Austin Howard in the baseball game. Will bring up the center fielder, the cleanup hitter, Dylan Gaynor. Check that. That's Kyle Allen, I think. Unless they just changed jerseys. Kyle Allen is listed on my roster as number 12. It is Kyle Allen, so he's into the ball game for the first time. So Kyle Allen will now be the new cleanup hitter. And Allen, with his first at-bat of this doubleheader, takes ball 1. Shoots one up the middle. Byer gets over there, has trouble on the second hop. It goes between his legs into center field. That's going to be a base hit, I think, for Kyle Allen. A little bit of a 2-out rally as Sturgis looked like they were going to pack it in early here in the top of the third. Howard wasn't having any problem, and now a walk and a single into center. Got by Byer. 2 on, 2 out for Danny Scott, who singled into left his first time up. First pitch strike by Howard. He's gotten ahead of a lot of hitters. 0-1. Pickoff second. He's in safely. Chihak gets back in at second. Allen over at first. Here's a shot into left field. It's high. It could get in the hole. Barice gets back there, and the shortstop makes the play. Danny Barice backpedaling, makes the play over his shoulder, and that's out number 3. No runs and 1 hit. 2 runners left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Sturgis 1, post 321. Back with more from the Dollar Giant broadcast booth here on SDSportsBuzz.com. We appreciate tonight's sponsors bringing you Post 320 Baseball, brought to you in part by the Dollar Giant, Auto Advantage in Sturgis, Quick Signs in Spearfish, and the Independent Ale House on St. Joe in Rapid City. We're in the bottom of the third at Pete Lean Memorial Field, home of the Post 320 Stars, and tied up 1-1. Leading it off, Matt Johnson for the Stars. He reached as he was hit by the pitch in the first inning. A first pitch strike. Getting ahead of the hitter is Tyler Koval. Koval with 2 strikeouts through the first 2 innings. He's only given up 1 hit. Curveball, trying to catch the outside corner, and it stays outside. It goes to 1-1. Matt Johnson again had a triple and double in game 1 and a losing effort for the Stars. Scored 7 runs but gave up 10. Stars lost 10-7 earlier tonight, moving their record to 3-4. Sturgis now 5-2 on the year. Swing and foul pop up over the dugout, third base side, out of play. Matt Johnson steps back into the box, and the lefty facing a 2-2 pitch from Koval. Curveball, sits on it, waits on it, couldn't get a hold of it, fouled it right on top of the 320 dugout and out of play again. Matt Johnson looked like he was right on that breaking ball, but Koval's breaking ball moving a lot, and he's just getting enough velocity on his fastball to mix up the hitter. The 2-2 pitch from Koval. Curveball. Again, Johnson swings and fouls it back into the stands. Matt Johnson is a good fastball hitter, and they're not giving him fastballs. We'll see what this one is. There's a fastball. It's low and outside. Counts full again, 3-2. Koval's walked 2 and struck out 2. There's a curveball, and it's outside. 3 walks for Tyler Koval. And Matt Johnson gets to first again. He was hit in the first inning and now reaches with a base on balls. Here in the bottom of the third. Leadoff man on for the Stars, and the cleanup hitter Trace Steckler up. Steckler struck out swinging in the bottom of the first. Quick throw over to first, and Johnson back. First pitch. Cue shot off the end of the bat down the first base side, foul. Koval gets ahead 0-1. It's tied 1-1 on the Auto Advantage scoreboard here in the bottom of the third. Great night for baseball on May 15th here at Pete Lean Memorial Field. The 0-1. Quick move, throw over to first. Johnson back under the tag from Brandt. Stars stole 5 bases in the first game, and Johnson's on the move. That one into the dirt, not going to have a chance to get him. Paul Poole has said he's going to be aggressive this season. Has a team that has some speed, has to take some risks. Not going to hit the ball out of the ballpark very often. They stole 5 bases in game 1. There's the first stolen base, or I should say the second stolen base here in game 2. Wilson took 1 in the first inning, and now Matt Johnson with a stolen base as Steckler misses for strike 2. It's 1-2 from Koval, the pitch. Hit down the first base side, kind of a haphazard swing, and they're going to tag him out on the first base line. Steckler wanted to bring that one back and grounds out to first as Koval just tags him out. Runner advances over to third, and just 1 out for the Stars, bringing up Derek Brown, who grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. Brown 0 for 1, steps in, takes ball 1. 1-0 to Derek Brown, 1 out, and a runner on third, Matt Johnson over there in a 1-1 game. Fouled back right over our press box into the stands. Count goes to 1-1. Johnson gets the lead on third. Swing and a miss at the big breaking ball. A lot of curveballs coming from Tyler Koval and a lot of swings and misses at the curveball. Nobody's really gotten a hold of that for the Stars. Here's the 1-2. Delivery. Fastball. High and outside. Count goes to 2-2 on Derek Brown. Slap to shortstop. That'll get the run in. Crott plays it, gets it over to first. RBI for Derek Brown as he gets the run in. Matt Johnson scores from third. Brown thrown out at first. The second out of the inning. But Brown gets the run in, and the Stars take their first lead of the game here in the bottom of the third, 2-1. Here's Tanner Fettrell hitting in the 6th hole tonight. Got moved down in the lineup a little bit, was the cleanup hitter in game 1, moved down to the 6th hole, takes strike 1. Curveball, outside, count goes to 1-1. The Stars just manufacturing runs with their speed and a couple of stolen bases here. Getting some timely balls put into play. That time Derek Brown did enough, getting it to short. Here's a shot to left field by Fettrell, and that's going to get by the left fielder. He can't make the diving catch. Now it's trouble. Sturgis has to get this one in a hurry. Post 320, Tanner Fettrell is going to have a triple, and he'll stop right there. Tanner Fettrell rockets one to left field, and Tevin Huck could not make the diving play, and when he went all out, it got by him all the way to the wall. And Kyle Allen, the center fielder, had to run a long distance to chase it down. Fettrell now at third, and here is Hunter LaCroix, who had a double to left center his first time up. Here's a single to center on the first pitch. That'll score another run for post 320. And it's 3-1. The Stars get another run in. A big triple by Fettrell and an RBI single by Hunter LaCroix, who's now 2 for 2. Here's Brett Byer. He shoots one back up the middle on the first pitch. They're getting right on Tyler Kobel's first pitch now, and back-to-back hitters taking the first pitch for singles. Brett Byer, 1 for 1 on the night with his first single right there. Reached on a base on balls, now a single up the middle. And here's the catcher, Mason Code, who grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. 2 on, 2 out, a 3-1 post 320 lead. First pitch into the dirt. Stopped by Chihak, the Sturgis catcher. It's 1-0. Mason Code facing the 1-0 pitch. Outside from Koval, it's 2-0. Tyler Koval didn't look like he was going to suffer a lot of damage here in this third inning, but 320 getting a couple across, and now a 2-0 fastball across for a strike. Count goes to 2-1, 2 out. It's 3-1 on the Auto Advantage scoreboard. The Stars have scored twice to take a lead. The pitch, shot into center field, looks playable. Gainer getting back there. It's a convergence, and they can't get it. It drops in. That will score Hunter LaCroix, and that will move Byer over to third. It's going to be a bloop in single that time by Mason Code. Just got it over the second baseman, Dobler. Kyle Allen, the center fielder, couldn't converge on it. 3 Sturgis Titans in the area, and nobody could bring it in. Hitting the right spot at the right time, an RBI single by Mason Code. It's now 4-1. And there's Wilson jumping on the first pitch, but that one is going to be caught by Kyle Allen in center field. But post 320 gets 3 across home plate. They leave 2 out on base, but the Stars get 3 hits and 3 runs. On the Auto Advantage scoreboard, it's post 324, Sturgis 1. We'll go to the top of the 4th when we come back on SDSportsBuzz.com. Welcome back into the Dollar Giant broadcast booth. Game number 2 of the doubleheader. Tuesday night baseball on SDSportsBuzz.com, our inaugural Legion baseball broadcast. We'll cover the post 320 stars throughout the season. Quite a few games on the docket. We'll go through our upcoming schedule. Brought to you by Independent Ale House. Straight ahead, we're entering the top of the 4th here at Pete Lean Memorial Field in post 320. Breaks open the game a little bit with 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. They lead it 4-1 on the Auto Advantage scoreboard. It's Nate Brown and Austin Howard on the hill. His struck out 3, he's walked 2. The first pitch fouled off. Second pitch, breaking ball, a little bit low. It's 1-1. This is Nate Brandt, first baseman for Sturgis. Grounded out back to the pitcher his first time up. The 1-1 from Howard. Fouled off the end of the bat, strike 2. 4-1, post 320 leads it by 3. It was a seesaw game in the first game. Post 320 was down 5-3, came back to take the lead 7-5. Then Sturgis came back, tied it up 7-7, and then Sturgis won it in extra innings in the 8th, 10-7. Austin Howard strikes out Nate Brandt swinging on a high fastball, and that's the 4th strikeout for Howard as Brandt goes down swinging. It'll bring up the second baseman, Kobe Dobler, who singled an RBI single to center, accounting for the lone run so far for the Sturgis Titans. 1 out, and the first pitch to Dobler. High and outside, 1-0. Post 320 just manufactured some runs in that 3rd inning. A big triple by Fettrell, and scoring on a Hunter LaCroix single. Mason Code got an RBI single as well. A pop-up right at home plate. I think Mason Code just misjudged it, thought it was going to go well behind him. It was right over his head, and he just misjudged it and bounced right in front of him. So Dobler sees new life with a 1-1 count and 1 out here in the top of the 4th. The 1-1 from Howard. Fouled right back to us. 1-2. Sturgis 5-2 on the year. They've got their first Legion win over a Legion team here tonight over 320. They've beaten all the high school teams in the area. Beat Rapid City Stevens and Central both once. Beat St. Thomas More twice. That accounted for their 4 wins coming into tonight. And then beat 320 here 10-7. The Titans 5-2 in the early going. This one chopped to short. Bryce up and fires. It's low, but he digs it out and he got him. That's a nice play by Trace Steckler over at first base. Bryce threw that one low, a one-hopper, and Steckler dug it out, and Dobler gunned down. 2 up, 2 down for Howard, and here's left fielder Tevin Huck, who grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Huck 0 for 1 steps in as Dobler grounds out to Bryce. First pitch a little bit outside, it's 1-0. Howard's pitch staying with the fastball a lot. Curveball hasn't been really effective, the 1-0. Change up that time. Pop to second base, Byer over to his left and makes the play. 3 up, 3 down for Austin Howard in 320. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Post 324, Sturgis 1 on the Auto Advantage scoreboard. Post 320. Back into the box when we come back with more Legion baseball from Pete Lean Memorial Field here on SDSportsBuzz.com. Welcome back to baseball. We're in the bottom of the fourth, game 2 of the doubleheader tonight. Glad to have you on board on SDSportsBuzz.com. It's Nate Brown, and it's 4-1, post 320 here at home with a 3-run lead. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, shortstop Danny Barice, 0 for 2, has struck out and flew out to center his last time up. First pitch, swinging strike. This one hit in his center field, gonna get through there. Cody Crott trying to get over there and cut it off, but Danny Barice with his first hit of the night singles into center, and the leadoff man on again, and that's been the trouble for Tyler Koval. Tyler Koval has walked 4 and struck out 2 as the Sturgis starter, and he's let that leadoff guy get on more than not let him get on. Danny Barice gets his first hit of the night, and that'll bring up left fielder Matt Johnson, who's been hit by a pitch and walked. He's reached twice. Lays down a bunt. That's a good one down the third baseline. Chihak comes up firing and gets him at first. A nice play by Chihak, the catcher for Sturgis. The sac bunt will move Barice over to second, but a nice play by Chihak on a good bunt by Matt Johnson. As I said, Paul Poole's one of those guys they're going to steal bases, they're going to bunt, they're going to get runners in scoring position, manufacture some runs, and now getting into the heart of the order, this is what post 320 wants. Cleanup hitter Trace Steckler up. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out to the pitcher. 1-0 pitch from Koval. Low. Moves it to 2-0 in Steckler's favor. 4-1, post 320 by 3. 1 out and 1 on. Runner in scoring position. High fastball. Ball 3. Koval has not been able to work himself out of trouble. Gave up 3 runs in the bottom half of the third, and now faced with a 3-0 count. Gets one across, strike 1 against Steckler. 3-1 from Koval out of the stretch. Fastball hit to short. Cody Crott comes up throwing and gets it over to Nate Brandt for out number 2. Barice gets to third, and it'll bring up Derek Brown. Trace Steckler, 0 for 3 on the night, grounds out to short. And here's Derek Brown, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the bottom of the third. First pitch outside, 1-0. Brown 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Runner out there at third, the 1-0 pitch. Drilled to left, and that's going to drop in. Another single by Brown. He's plated 2, and it's now a 5-1 lead for the Stars. Derek Brown with a big night tonight. Had a couple of doubles in game 1. Has a couple of singles here and 2 RBI singles. Brown extends the lead to 5-1 on the Auto Advantage scoreboard, and that brings up the hard-hitting Tanner Fettrell, who's 1 for 2 with a triple in the bottom of the third. Quick throw over to first. Brown back. Fettrell has struck out in a triple. First pitch a little bit low, it's 1-0. We're in the bottom of the fourth, game 2 of the doubleheader. Quick throw back to first. Brown back again. Sturgis has had a tough time with runners on the move tonight. The Stars pretty fast. That time, that one thrown behind Fettrell, and he hit him. The second time Koval has hit a batter. Fettrell reaches, 2 on, 2 out, and here's another hot hitter, Hunter LaCroix. Had a double in the bottom of the first and a RBI single in the bottom of the third his last time up. LaCroix has runners on and the opportunity to keep this inning going. A 5-1 lead for post 320. Sturgis has a meeting at the mound. Pitching coach heads out, giving Tyler Koval some direction, making sure that he can get out of trouble. Not the best batter you want to face if you're Tyler Koval right now. Hunter LaCroix 2 for 2. That one well outside. It's 1-0. The 1-0 from Koval. Drilled to left, but he was well out in front. That's out of play. Foul. 1-1. 1-1 on the Auto Advantage scoreboard. 1-1 the count, 2 out, runners on second and first, a 5-1 post 320 lead. The pitch from Koval, a breaking ball, and LaCroix chased it. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The 1-2. Can Koval get out of trouble? He pitched that one well outside. It's 2-2. Sturgis trying to keep this one close. Tyler Koval on the 2-2. Low and outside, ball 3. Now entering danger zone with the possibility of loading up the bases with a walk. The 3-2, the runners will be on the move with 2 out. There they go. There's the breaking ball. Hit into the left center gap. On the run, Huck not going to get there. Another single by LaCroix. That's going to score a run. Derek Brown comes around and scores easily. Fettrell will be held up at third. Runners on the corners. A 3-hit night so far for Hunter LaCroix and 2 RBIs tonight. Another RBI single for Hunter LaCroix. Hit it into the left center gap. It drops in front of the left fielder, Tevin Huck. And now runners on the corners for Brett Byer. Takes a swing of the first pitch. Fouls it over to the first base side. Caught over there in foul territory by Nate Brandt. So Byer takes the first pitch and fouls it into Brandt's glove just outside of first base. But post 320 gets 2 more runs. Strands a couple out there, but the Stars lead after 4, 6-1 on the Auto Advantage scoreboard. We'll be back with more post 320 baseball on SDSportsBuzz.com. Oh. Back to baseball at Pete Lean Memorial Field. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Auto Advantage in Sturgis. Be sure to visit AutoAdvantageSD.com to see their inventory of SUVs, cars, and trucks. Auto Advantage in Sturgis. The inventory reduction sale going on right now. Just go to AutoAdvantageSD.com and see for yourself. On the Auto Advantage scoreboard, it's post 326. Sturgis 1. Welcome back in. It's Nate Brown from the Dollar Giant broadcast booth. Our inaugural broadcast of post 320 baseball. We'll be covering the Stars throughout the season. Some of the biggest games here at Pete Lean Memorial Field. Tonight, the Stars trying to bounce back after losing game 1 10-7, and they lead it 6-1. As we start the top of the 5th, Sturgis at the plate. This is left fielder Tevin Huck facing Austin Howard. He'll take the first pitch into center field where Matt Wilson is waiting for it, and he makes the catch. So Tevin Huck hacking at the first one. He flies out to center. Huck now 0 for 3 on the night. And a quick first out for Austin Howard. Austin Howard has retired 5 straight in the ball game. The post 320 pitcher just gave up 1 run in the top of the second and has only given up 2 hits. 0-1 pitch at the plate now. Leadoff hitter Tyler Koval, the pitcher for Sturgis tonight. He's 0 for 1, has walked and grounded out to third. One and one pitch. Fouled over to the first base side, out of play. And Tyler Koval down 1-2. 1 away here in the top of the 5th. Austin Howard has struck out 4 Sturgis Titans. The 1-2. High fastball. Tyler Koval watches that one go upstairs. It's now 2-2. The 2-2 delivery. Another high fastball and well out of the strike zone. It's 3-2 for Tyler Koval. He's patient, leadoff hitter, won't swing at too many bad pitches. The 3-2. That's high, but he slaps it. High pop up to Danny Barice, and it's caught by the shortstop. 2 up, 2 down. 6 straight retired by Austin Howard. And now here's Cody Crott. Cody Crott has a sac bunt and a ground out to third in the ball game. The shortstop for Sturgis trying to get something started. High fastball, ball 1. The 1-0 from Howard. Fouled back behind us, out of play. Count goes to 1-1. It's 6-1 on the Auto Advantage scoreboard. Post 320 up by 5. The biggest lead either team has had all night in this doubleheader. The 1-1 coming from Howard. A swing and a miss by Cody Crott, and he's down 1-2. The 1-2 curveball down low in the dirt. Count goes to 2-2. 2-2, 2 out. Sturgis been going through a drought the last couple of innings. This one slapped to left field. Misjudged a little bit, but then caught by Matt Johnson. Took a couple steps to his left, had to take a couple more back to his right, and Matt Johnson makes the catch out in left field. Austin Howard sat down 7 straight, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no post 320 errors. Nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still post 326. Sturgis 1. Back with more Legion Baseball on SDSportsBuzz.com. Welcome back to baseball as we get set for the bottom of the 5th. A new pitcher into the ball game, and this call to the bullpen by third-year head coach Bo Garcia. The Sturgis Titans, brought to you by Quick Signs. Ready or not, it is almost summer. Feels like summer today. Beautiful night for baseball. Quick Signs and Spearfish is ready, and right now you can buy one banner, get one half off the regular price. Remember, it's time to start thinking about what your business sign really looks like. Plus, don't forget Quick Signs for vehicle wraps, boat graphics, stickers, vehicle lettering, and much more. Just go to their website, quicksigns.com. Quick, is spelled without the C. That's quicksigns.com. The Quick Signs call to the bullpen will send out Hunter Smith onto the mound for the first time in this doubleheader. Hunter Smith, the designated hitter in the first game, and now out on the defensive side of this game for the first time and takes the mound. Hunter Smith comes in after Tyler Koval goes 4 innings and gives up 8 hits and 6 runs to post 320. And Hunter Smith into the ball game. Leading off for post 320 in the bottom of the 5th, this is catcher Mason Code, who has an RBI single his last time up. Code trying to squeeze this one down the middle of the diamond and gets it in front of the shortstop and second baseman, and another infield single by Mason Code. Code 2 for 2. Had an RBI single, and now this single drops in front of the defense, and he'll reach another leadoff hitter on base for post 320, and that's been the recipe for success. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Matt Wilson. Has reached on an air, a base on balls, and lined out to center his last time up. Wilson steps in with Code over at first and a 6-1 post 320 lead in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch from Hunter Smith, fastball strike right down the alleyway. Wilson down 0-1. Nobody out. 9 hits in the ball game for post 320, just 2 for Sturgis here in game 2. Out of the stretch, Hunter Smith with a breaking ball, and that one falls low. It's 1-1. This one shot down to the hot corner, third base. Koval makes the play. Double play ball, and they're going to get it. What a double play by Sturgis that time. As Wilson has some wheels, he shot a hot shot down to Tyler Koval at third, who spun over to second, got it to Dobler at 5-4-3, double play. One of the better defensive plays for Sturgis all night. We'll see if that gives them a little bit of momentum as they find themselves down 5 runs entering the latter stages of this game. In doubleheaders, this game only going 7 innings. Unless we need extras. We needed 8 innings to decide the first one, a 10-7 Sturgis win. Here's Danny Barice stepping into the box. He's 1 for 3 on the night. Has struck out, flew out, and singled to center his last time up in the 4th. Bryce chops at the second pitch, fouls it away off the end of the bat. 1-1. After the 5-4-3 double play turned by Koval. Foul back from Bryce, out of play. He's down 1-2. The 1-2 pitch coming from Hunter Smith. Fastball way outside. Back to an even count, 2-2. Post 320 got 1 in the bottom of the 2nd, 3 in the bottom of the 3rd, 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Hunter Smith trying to have a scoreless bottom of the 5th. That one a hanging breaking ball, a little bit high. And it's full count on Danny Barice, the post 320 shortstop. High and inside, ball 4. We'll bring up Matt Johnson, the left fielder. 1 for 3. Singled his last time up. Matt Johnson, the lefty, will step in with Bryce, earning a base on balls. The first walk issued by new pitcher Hunter Smith. Bryce on the move. Chihak got the ball down there fast and got him at second base on a little bit of a pitch out, it looked like. So I think they guessed right there as Chihak came up firing and threw out the very fast Danny Barice at second. That will end the 5th inning. We'll go to the top of the 6th. No runs for post 320, and Bryce gunned down at second to end the bottom of the fifth. On the Auto Advantage scoreboard, post 326, Sturgis 1. Can the Titans put a rally together the last couple innings? We'll be back with the top of the sixth on SDSportsBuzz.com. Welcome back to the Dollar Giant broadcast booth in the top of the sixth, game number 2 of this doubleheader here at Pete Lean Memorial Field. Nate Brown with you on SDSportsBuzz.com. Post 326, Sturgis 1. Our inaugural broadcast of Post 320 Baseball with live video. Catch us all summer long. Just getting things started. Our next broadcast will be next Tuesday in the doubleheader against Spearfish on May 22nd. So for friends and family not in the area, obviously, you can watch our games on SDSportsBuzz.com. Austin Howard still on the hill for post 320. He's only given up 1 run and 2 hits. Second pitch, a high pop-up to shortstop. Bryce under it and makes the catch. 8 straight sat down by post 320 starter Austin Howard. That was Chihak flying out to shortstop. 8 straight sat down by Howard. And here's Hunter Smith, who came into the ball game in the 5th. The pitcher, Hunter Smith, takes ball 1. 1-0. On the way, and he swings through the changeup. 1-1. 6-1, post 320 by 5. We're in the top of the 6th. That fastball outside. Howard sat down 8 straight. It's a 2-1 count. A little bit outside there as well. Hunter Smith being patient. Sturgis trying to get something started here. Nobody's been able to reach in the last 3 innings. That one high. Hunter Smith wanted it right in his wheelhouse. A little chest level it looked like, and he fouled it back into the backstop. It's a full count on Hunter Smith, the Sturgis pitcher. The 3-2 from Howard. Fouled back again. It'll stay 3-2, and we'll try it again. 6-1, post 320 by 5 on the Auto Advantage scoreboard. The 3-2 pitch chopped into the ground to Bryce at short. He comes up throwing and gets it over to Steckler. And Smith out at first. 9 straight retired by Austin Howard. Sturgis trying to get something started. You hear a lot of chatter from their dugout, but not a lot of time left as we're in the top of the 6th and already 2 down. Here's Danny Scott. This is a guy that might get it started. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Singled his first time up and grounded out to short his last time up. Danny Scott, the Sturgis third baseman, watches strike one go across. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. The 1-2 count and 2 out. Austin Howard pitching a gem. That one high and outside. Count goes back to even, 2-2 on Danny Scott. Danny Scott was the starting pitcher in game one tonight. Gave up a lot of runs, but Sturgis was able to come back and win that one. Scott fouls that 2-2 pitch into the crowd. Back into the box facing Austin Howard in a 2-2 delivery. Out of the windup. Hit to third. Gonna find the hole. Seeing eye single for Danny Scott over to the third base side. Hunter LaCroix could make the diving play, so after 9 straight retired, Danny Scott ends the drought and gets on base. Scott now 2 for 3 on the night for Sturgis. These guys can score runs. The Titans put up 10 in game number 1, and here's Nate Brandt. Struck out his last time up. He's 0 for 2 on the night, and there's strike one on the outside corner. Nate Brandt, the Sturgis first baseman, with Danny Scott over at first. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove, I should say, of Mason Code. Brandt down 0-2. And 2 out. Here's the Austin Howard pitch into the ground. Nice stop by Code. Scott was waiting for that one to get by in Code, and he got his hips over to the right side, got in front of the ball. It's 1-2 against Brandt. Curveball, a little bit high, and just a bit outside. Back to 2-2, 2 out. Scott over at first. Sturgis down 6-1 here in the top of the 6th. Brandt almost chased that fastball outside and low, and it's to a full count where Danny Scott will get a head start over at first. 3-2, 2 out. Scott will be on the move, and the payoff pitch popped up right behind us. Actually, I should say right in front of us. Almost bounced into the box. Fouled back into the crowd. Brandt will get another shot. Nate Brandt at the plate. 0 for 2. Making Austin Howard work. Scott on the move again. Here's the pitch. Fouled into the backstop. Getting the pitch count up there is Nate Brandt trying to make Austin Howard work and protecting the plate. Sturgis down 5 runs on the auto advantage scoreboard. The 3-2, and he got him that time. A swing and a miss on an outside fastball. Brandt strikes out for the second time tonight. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. In the middle of the 6th, no runs on 1 hit. 1 runner left on base, no 320 errors. It's post 326, Sturgis 1. We'll be back with the bottom of 6 on SDSportsBuzz.com. Back to baseball as we enter the bottom of the sixth in the game 2 of the doubleheader. Post 320 with a comfortable lead, 6-1. Left fielder Matt Johnson leading it off, 1-for-1. As a matter of fact, was hit by a pitch, also walked tonight and singled. First pitch outside, 1-0. The lefty Johnson working against Sturgis pitcher Hunter Smith, who came in and gave him a scoreless fifth. Trying to keep post 320 off the board anymore if there's any chance at a last inning rally for Sturgis. 6-1, post 320 by 5. Curveball is a little bit outside from Smith, and it's 2-1 against Matt Johnson. Johnson had a big game in game number 1. A lot of runs scored, not as many here in this one. Johnson takes a cut, fouls it to the third base side into the post 320 dugout. Almost playable by Tyler Koval, but just out of play, and the count goes back to even 2-2. Bottom of the sixth action in the doubleheader on SDSportsBuzz.com coming up. Take a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by Independent Ale House. They remind you to try their famous Reuben pizza or spicy chicken pizza, specialty handcrafted pizza. If you haven't experienced it, go to the Independent Ale House on St. Joseph Street. Always the place to be. It's for your pregame dinner and after game as well. Win or lose, their staff and pizza will set you up really nicely at the Independent Ale House. The upcoming broadcast schedule. Next Tuesday, we'll be back at it on SDSportsBuzz.com with Spearfish and Post 320 in a doubleheader. Another foul back by Matt Johnson and a 2-2 delivery. Another curveball and another foul back into the crowd. Johnson's a fastball hitter, has a tough time with the curveball, has fouled a lot of the curveballs back, and you see Sturgis taking that approach, giving him curveballs. We'll see what Hunter Smith does here after 3 straight curveballs. This time a fastball into the dirt. That one into the dirt, and it moves the count full. 3-2 against Matt Johnson. The payoff pitch on the way. There's a fastball hit down the left field line, out of play and out of the reach of the left fielder, Tevin Huck. Johnson keeping his at-bat alive with protecting the plate, working the count, getting it to a full count. No out, just underway in the bottom of the sixth. And a 6-1 lead for post 320. The Hunter Smith pitch, another foul down the left field line, and that one also out of play. Over to the post 320 bullpen area. Smith's now gone to the fastball. We'll see what the 3-2 brings this time. Curveball. Hit down the line. That one's foul just outside of the first base line. Just landed outside of the first bag. Johnson making Hunter Smith work. Hunter Smith came in the 5th inning, had a scoreless 5th for Sturgis after starter Tyler Koval gave up 6 runs on 8 hits. Matt Johnson, the leadoff hitter of the bottom of the 6th. Another curveball, and that time he got him. A battle with Matt Johnson and Hunter Smith ends up going Hunter Smith's way as he picks up his first strikeout as he entered the ball game. Since he came in the 5th, first strikeout for Hunter Smith, and Matt Johnson strikes out for the first time tonight. Here's cleanup hitter Trace Steckler, who is 0 for 3. Jacks this one to the left center gap. That's trouble, and that one's going to drop in there. That one drops in. That's going to be a double at least for Steckler, and they'll get it in quickly. Trace Steckler, after going 0 for 3 with a smash to the left center gap, A double for Steckler, and that'll bring up the hot-hitting Derek Brown. Brown 2 for 3 tonight with 2 RBI singles. Inside fastball, just got a piece of it, couldn't get around on it, couldn't get his hands around on it. Fouled it back, it's 0-1. One away in the bottom of the 6th. And that's Steckler out at second after the double. To left. That breaking ball just catches the inside corner. It's now 0-2. The 0-2 fastball, and he struck him out. Oh, check that. That's the second strike right there. It's 1-2. No, they did get him. Okay, he didn't think that was strike 3, but it was. I thought, well, it's been a long night for me too, but I actually was right about something. So Derek Brown strikes out. A swing and a miss. Brown now 2 for 4 on the night, and that'll bring up Tanner Fettrell, who has a triple tonight, a strikeout, and he was hit by a pitch. 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the 6th for Sturgis pitcher Hunter Smith, and now faces one of the hard hitters for the Stars, Tanner Fettrell. The 1-0 inside, it's 2-0. 2-0 and 2 away with a runner out at second for the 320 Stars, and they lead it 6-1. The 2-0 right there on the outside corner. Fastball paints the corner, and it's 2-1. Post 320 trying to get back to 500. They've split every doubleheader they've played in. This one cued from the inside of the bat, I should say, over to second. Play made by Dobler, and he got Fettrell at first. Hit it off the inside of the bat over to Dobler at second, and Fettrell thrown out at first. That'll be the end of the 6th inning. No runs on 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. No Sturgis errors. We'll go to the last inning. Sturgis down by 5 runs with 1 last chance in the top of the 7th when we come back with more Legion Baseball here from the Dollar Giant broadcast booth. Post 326, Sturgis 1 on SDSportsBuzz.com. As we get ready for the last inning, top of the 7th, last chance for Sturgis here on SDSportsBuzz.com. Paul Poole will go to a closer. Not a save situation, obviously, but giving Eric Kozer a chance to get on the mound is what a job by Austin Howard, the post 320 starter. Went 6 innings, gave up 1 run on 3 hits. Austin Howard in line for the win, obviously. If Eric Kozer can close things down. The call to the bullpen brought to you by Quick Signs. The post 320 pitcher comes into the ball game, and Quick Signs, remember to check out their website, quicksigns.com. Quick is spelled without the C right now. Buy 1 banner, get 1 half off the regular price. That's quicksigns.com, and the Quick Signs call to the bullpen by Paul Poole is post 320. Tries finishing out game 2 of this doubleheader. It's 6-1. The Stars by 5 runs. Sturgis leading off with a second baseman, Kobe Dobler, who is 0 for 2 on the night. Or I should say 1 for 2. Actually has counted for the lone Sturgis run with an RBI single in the first, but grounded out to short his last time up. First pitch from Kozer, the new pitcher, number 22, a ball, but that one fastball strike outside corner, 1-1. Not a lot of offense in game 2 by Sturgis. They put up 10 runs in game 1 to win it 10-7. Here have only managed 1 run on 3 hits. Great effort by Austin Howard, who midway through this game had retired 9 straight, has struck out 5 and only walked 2. And Kozer comes in and blasts it by Kobe Dobler. Dobler strikes out, and that's out number 1. Here's the left fielder, Tevin Huck, 0 for 3 on the night. With 1 away in the top of the 7th, Kozer with another fastball right down the middle. Huck watches that one blow by, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 from Eric Kozer. That one a little bit low. 1-1. Sturgis has just had a tough time, only scored 1 run. That was in the top of the 2nd. That one over a little bit high and tight, forcing Huck to drop his head and bat a little bit. That one over the head of Huck, now 2-1. Kozer comes in, gets a strikeout. Now 2-1 as Huck moves the count in his favor and 1 away. Fastball fouled to the backstop. It's now 2-2. We've seen weirder things happen in baseball and rallies. Both these teams put up a lot of hits and a lot of runs in game 1. Sturgis hasn't been able to find that recipe in game 2, and there's another strikeout by Kozer. 2 strikeouts by the hard-throwing Kozer, coming in firing fastballs, and that time gets Huck looking. Back-to-back outs, back-to-back strikeouts by Eric Kozer, and last chance for Sturgis is Kyle Allen, the center fielder. Oh, check it. Casey Pappenfuss, I should say. The right fielder, who's 0 for 3. 1-0. Foul tip into the hands of Mason Code. It's 1-1. One out away from winning game number 2 and getting back to 500 are the post 320 Stars. But they had a different recipe tonight. They've won the first game of their doubleheaders all season long, but lost the second one here tonight, on the verge of losing their first one and winning their second one. Kozer's 2-1 pitch fouled back. It's now 2-2. 1 out away, 1 strike away from Eric Kozer for 320 to win the ball game. The 2-2 and 2 away, 6-1. Post 320 with the lead, and that's 3 strikeouts, and that'll do it. That will do it for post 320. As Eric Kozer comes in and shuts the door emphatically with 3 strikeouts to end the game. Casey Pappenfuss goes down, and we wrap up tonight's broadcast with the Independent Ale House post-game report. Again, before the game or after the game, check out the Independent Ale House on St. Joseph Street for specialty handcrafted pizza. It's like none other. Believe me, I've had it. I enjoy it. Baked potato pizza, Reuben pizza, spicy chicken pizza, win or lose. Their staff and pizza will make you smile. Before or after the game, check out the Independent Ale House on St. Joe here in Rapid City. On the Auto Advantage scoreboard, final score in game number 2, post 320, gets back to 500. They win it 6-1 after giving up 10 runs in game 1. Austin Howard, the starter for Paul Poole in game 2, goes 6 innings, gives up 1 run and 3 hits, retires 9 straight at one point, 5 strikeouts and just 2 walks. Austin Howard, the winning pitcher. Eric Kozer comes in and locks it down on the top of the 7th with 3 straight strikeouts. And post 320 now 4-4 on the year. So post 320 losing 10-7 in game number 1 tonight, winning game number 2 6-1. Post 320 moves to 4-4. Sturgis get set for the rest of the early part of the season as they fall to 5-3. Sturgis wins it by 3 in game number 1, and a totally different game number 2 as they cannot get their bats going and get the run production they needed. Sturgis now 5-3. Post 320, 4-4. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule, by the way, brought to you by Independent Ale House. Our next broadcast will be next Tuesday at 5:30. We'll have another doubleheader. Spearfish in Post 320 next Tuesday, May 22nd. The next game for Post 320 will be this weekend coming up on May 19th as they take on Miles City here at Pete Lean Memorial Field. The winning pitcher, Austin Howard. Some of the guys getting the run production. Derek Brown with a couple of RBIs for Post 320 as they put up 6 runs on the board, and it's a fun team to watch where they're manufacturing runs. They steal a lot of bases. 4 stolen bases in game 2, 5 stolen bases in game 1, and getting the timely hits, moving the runners along and getting some big RBI hits. Post 320, now 500 on the year, back to 4-4. We'll be back next Tuesday with Spearfish and Post 320 Baseball. Appreciate you being a part of it. Our inaugural broadcast of Post 320 Baseball, the first time out here on SDSportsBuzz.com, live from the Dollar Giant broadcast booth. Thanks for watching and listening tonight. Have a great night for baseball in Rapid City. We're back Tuesday. This has been Nate Brown on SDSportsBuzz.com.